Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to yet another episode of Cave Convos. This is season 2. Don't remember the episode. It's been a while.
Damn, season 3 with this fucking.
Yeah, might as
break.
well be.
True.
Yeah.
We have a lot to talk about because there's been a lot of time. But first and foremost, I just want to say this to all of the bears out there, the BSU bears. College is an interesting experience. It can be overwhelming when you first start, and even when you're about to be done with it, it can still be overwhelming. I want you all to remember this very important fact, though. Life is forever and always what you make it. And so, if you choose to create these boundaries between you and your contemporaries, then there will be boundaries. That's irregardless if you're a commuter, if you're dorming here, if you live off campus. I wish you all the best, and I hope that college can be a memorable experience for you because you allowed it to be. Okay, so going into the topics that we have for today, though.
We do have a lot of topics. It has been a while.
What were you thinking about with this BSU life? Were you going to talk about the vending machines?
BSU life? You know what? I haven't had too much of one. I was trying to think, I forgot the word immersion, so I just wrote BSU life.
Yeah.
What would I be like?
Same difference, I guess.
Yeah. BSU's been not too bad. Not super great, but it's better than only going half the time, which is what I was doing.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It's hard to care. And if you don't care, then you're definitely not going to be immersed. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, don't learn nothing. Yeah. I'm thinking of switching to computer science, though.
Really?
Yeah, I think I could be good at that.
Damn, bro's getting in there.
Yeah, I need something I could actually, do. I'm pretty good at computers.
You are pretty good at computers, I will say. But yeah, you gotta, what's it called? Work at it. There's a class you can take. It's like early on. It's like
I'll take like an intro to it before I
yeah.
make any big switches, I think.
Yeah.
Another thing for you here,
Do the math.
irregardless of what you graduate with, you can always just learn how to code. And after you learn how to code, you can always do freelance coding contract work.
That is true.
And that is a very lucrative career, especially in this gig economy that we have.
Yeah.
You know, just go on Facebook Marketplace or whatever and, market your services.
Yeah, it could be like a coder for people. I mean, I get a kick out of making stuff anyway. You know, I like...
Put one and one together.
Making
like
Now you got
computers,
two.
I like making shit. Maybe I should learn how to really do it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Damn, bro's getting into the fucking. Yeah, you should get into
I think I
computer
could do
science, bro. Get into coding.
I don't know. Whenever somebody's got a problem, I'm the guy that's got to fix it. Or maybe not even computer science. Maybe I just be like an IT guy. But it'd be good to learn that kind of shit.
Yeah,
In my college, if I could learn anything right now, it'd be how to code.
I have
Do it then. That's
All
a
right.
good thing to learn.
Do it.
two things to say about what you said. First part is this idea of good. I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
It's a good idea in the sense that it's definitely not going to hurt you. But what is good?
What is good? I don't want to wake up and be like, man, I gotta read a fucking research paper today. I want to wake up and be like, I'm gonna fix this thing.
But
It's broken.
But that sounds like a lesser of two evils.
Yeah.
Goodness is helping, goodness is caring and loving and happiness and joy and peace. Yeah?
That is true.
And who is that?
The good Lord is good.
That's God. Yeah. It's tricky though because it's not like you should expect at any given moment that you will just be swept up into heaven. You do have to pay attention. Everything around you does matter. The earth
does
doesn't
that mean at
matter.
any given moment you could die? Is that what you're
Well, yeah, you already knew that was the case. Science has told you
Yeah.
that many times. Your heart could fail, your lungs could collapse, a whole plethora of issues.
That is right. But if I've got a chance to try and make my life a little more interesting, maybe I should take it. That's kind of like why we started doing the Cave Convos, I'm thinking maybe if I can make money off of something that not only do I like, but I'm good at, that's better in the long run, even if it takes more time now. I'm patient.
The other aspect of it, is it not wonderful to be able to help people?
Like psychology-wise?
Psychology-wise, even physically, helping someone move, or if your grandparents need their driveway to be plowed.
That is true. Do me some
I cleaned the leaves for my grandmother. That was a wonderful experience. My family all got together, joined together in this communal, beautiful thing. It was like a kumbaya. But capitalism. The main proponent of it is that to help, people must be incentivized. Do you agree with that?
No.
Of course not. But
No.
they really shove it down your throat, don't they? You
No.
have to be employed so that you can afford insurance and housing and food and clothing.
Right.
These are basic necessities. Why?
Because we want them in pretty good quality, I guess.
Well, that's another interesting proponent of
Make
capitalism.
better TVs, we gotta dig up more dirt, make more clouds, everything costs more money.
Because we are also producing in large quantities, the idea is the quality can be sacrificed. And so that's why we have variety of goods. You have bespoke tailors for clothing, and then you have Walmart.
Yeah.
You have, I don't know, Hanes, and then you have Polo Ralph Lauren. I think it's important, though,
Mm-hmm.
to understand that irregardless of if it's bespoke or it's, Hanes, these less luxurious brands,
Mm-hmm.
they're still not trying to help. They're
No.
only ever trying to profit.
Yeah.
And so it's difficult. It's difficult to want to entertain that
Mm-hmm.
game, as I call it.
Yeah. It was for me, but fuck, wouldn't it be nice to just have... Here's the thing is, I feel like I'm gonna have to get a job regardless, like a full-time job. Why not? What if I could make I mean, doing computer stuff too is helping people in a lot of cases. When a lot of times people don't know how to open a zip file. Jeffrey, can you install Minecraft shaders for me? That always falls on to me. When it comes to like psychology that I'm doing now, I can't help people with that. People can like talk at me, but I don't have.
What is the shit you're doing now? Like,
Those
what is
things.
psychology?
I'm learning about like I guess people and how they kind of operate.
What
Yeah,
made
what-
you want to go into psychology?
Honestly, I just started like seeing a therapist, and it made me feel better.
Yeah.
So I thought I would like that's the way.
So
to make
I was about to
people
say,
feel
so
better.
you want to be like a therapist, like a counselor or something?
But I don't.
No, you
I
don't.
don't think I can do that.
Yeah.
So you
it's-
want? Did you ever want to?
No, I think I've been. I kind of came to the realization that I've been cruising, man. And maybe I just gotta like.
Here's a very interesting aspect of psychology that
I'm
people
excited to.
you can't really understand until you do it.
Yeah.
Is when you are counseling, you are, whether or not you want to, taking on those issues.
Yeah.
You are literally like implementing them into your brain. It's sort of like acting in that
Or
way.
emotional labor.
Yeah, and so you can turn out sort of like Heath Ledger.
Yeah,
It can be
I
too
don't-
much for you.
I don't think that's my strong suit, but like I enjoy conversation with people, but I don't know if I want to hear about like how they're like afraid of dying. I suppose.
Well, you can hear even worse things, talking about really horrific traumas, incestual abuse, torture.
I've heard it.
It's
It kills the mood every time.
Speaking of incestual, speaking of incestual abuse, that makes me think I've been watching Curb Your Enthusiasm.
really.
There's a whole episode about that.
I wrote a paper on that show. And
Really? Have you seen
yeah,
like all of it?
For what class?
for writing rhetorically with sources, and I called it "The Struggles of the American Jew."
That's funny. But
Nice.
But yeah, there's an episode where like his ex-girlfriend is like accused, or not accused, she was like assaulted by like her like stepdad. So they go to like a thing for it, like an AA type thing, but it's for like those victims.
Right.
And like then Larry's just sitting there because he went with her for like support, and he's just sitting there and he makes like up a whole story about how his fucking like I think it's like a grandfather who's a doctor like took him to like the mountains or some shit and like sexually assaulted him there. And then it comes full circle because like in that show it always comes full circle. Like one of the people in there ends up being like the producer of a thing his wife was in, and then he takes his grandfather who's a doctor to that, and she like sees him and she like flips out at him because she thinks that he was the one who fucking
Yeah.
assaulted him. And
That's a really interesting aspect of Curb Your Enthusiasm, where that comes full circle part.
Yeah.
You know?
It always does. He always makes the littlest fucking thing.
Just a small thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a butterfly effect. Like, he yells at that teenage girl, and then the father ends up coming back after him later. It's incredible. But it's also very true. People believe in karma. It's not so much karma, but well, you're important, ladies and gentlemen. The things that you do have consequences. You can either be a benefit or you can be a detriment. And if you are a detriment, then you have to learn. And so you will experience detriment.
And detriment will teach you. I mean, you start being bad to the world will start being bad to you. And
Indeed. And
that's how it tries to teach
Yeah,
you.
karma's a bitch.
they say hurt people hurt people.
Mm-hmm. Hatred outlives.
Just
hate.
as well, though, a hurt person can take a loving risk that love exists and do a loving act. Spread the love. One choice at a time. The next, I feel like we didn't really talk about.
We didn't talk about vending machines at all, right?
Yeah, we didn't talk about vending machines.
Nah, that's what I saw on the way in.
Just baked.
Just baked. We got charshi bao, barbecue pork buns, coming out of a vending machine at school.
And that was not a racist thing that Jeff just said.
That's what they're called.
It's hot too, coming out of a vending machine. That's pretty surprising to
That's
me.
what they tell me.
So, how much was this?
They were not cheap. You know, I'll try. Maybe I'll try.
I think it was like $8 for each one.
Open here.
Here we're having
I
I
another
don't know if I
want
want to have a whole one of
Here's
these.
the
That's
thing.
the only thing.
I'll share it with
I've
you.
had these. I've had these before. Those are frozen charshi bao that I just like put through a steamer.
Okay.
And they're pretty good. But if I make more money making these at home, or save more money.
How do we split this? We ain't got no utensils.
That's a great question.
No, I just eat them with your hand. It's got a thing on the outside.
I don't know.
Eat the paper.
You know what?
Just take a bite, I guess, and put it back. I don't know.
No, they're good.
I'm actually scared to try it. After witnessing you try it, I'm actually scared to now.
It's pretty good. It reminds me of what's it
dim
called?
sum.
Yeah.
It's
But-
like frozen dim sum, but they steam
The
it.
taste on the inside reminds me of like, you know the mall.
No!
You know the mall.
No.
Like, I forget the name of it. Like,
It's like high school food.
Yeah.
That is not bad. It's not nearly as good as the one that we had, the actual dim sum. Me and Jeff got dim sum.
No. But
Have
it
you-
came out of a vending machine.
Jeff, have you ever heard of dendens?
But-
It is more. It is. It's not. This isn't a joke.
look
This
them up.
isn't even a hyperbolization. And this is to all of you BSU Bears out there.
What is that place though? It tastes like, whatever that, you know, like,
The greatest Asian.
Dendens.
it ain't no den
Is that a
den.
place or a dish?
That is a place. The greatest Asian cuisine I've ever had. Denden.
Denden.
You know, I'll go
Korean
back in
fried
for a
chicken?
second bite.
There's
even.
that, and then there's also the cafe. The cafe is what I would
Oh,
recommend
wait.
to you. They're the same thing though. It's just
Oh,
they have a
this is
little bit.
nice.
They focus on
It's
different
like
foods.
chicken teriyaki.
So you like the Korean
From like a-
barbecue?
I. It's not even
Mall.
that. I don't even think it's about
Korean fried
geography.
chicken.
I don't think it's about. I
Mall.
don't know. The particular type of food. I think it's just that this place does
It's
it that
good.
well. Yeah,
I kind of feel that way about Turmeric House. Have you ever been to one of those?
I haven't.
They
I almost
started
tried Indian food because of
That
you.
is Indian food.
Okay, all right. It's
Have
called
I done Indian
Turmeric
food before?
House.
Turmeric House. I live by the paneer tiki masala. I'll die by it.
Fuck tiki masala. No, what
I
is it?
have like
What is that again? No, what do I not like? I forget. It's like the Greek sauce. It's like
the
yogurt.
Greek.
It like kind of sounds like tiki masala, right?
Oh,
tzatziki.
tzatziki sauce.
Tzatziki
Tzatziki
sauce.
sauce.
Fuck,
Yeah.
dude, that shit's disgusting. Have you ever had tzatziki?
Tzatziki?
Tzatziki.
Tzatziki.
Tzatziki. It's Greek.
No, I don't think so.
It's like disgusting. It's like yogurt.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like yogurt, but they put it with like
It's
lamb and
sour
shit.
cream. No, if you get that with like a spicy wrap, I'm pro tzatziki. He's anti.
Fuck
If
tzatziki.
you get if you put the tzatziki in it, in like a hot wrap, it's good.
Okay.
No. I'm gonna tell you this right now. No, it isn't. If you have like a Greek salad or something like that,
I'm gonna try it.
tzatziki would ruin it.
Go for it, dude.
All right. So once again, this is what, a pork dumpling?
Yeah, it's barbecue pork and
A
cheese.
barbecue pork dumpling.
Yeah, it's kind of like a hamburger, but
I like it.
Yeah, it
Well,
does. It
the
does look like a
barbecue.
hamburger.
It's pretty.
It's
meat
an
in a
Asian
bun.
it's
Meat
an
in a
Asian
bun.
hamburger right there.
I'm glad that you ate it first so that I could dissect, so that I could
Yeah.
see its cross section.
It's kind of like a sandwich, but it's wrapped all the way around.
Oh,
It's
Lord.
not that great. It's barbecue.
I don't know why I'm so scared, but I am. I really
The
am.
outside. Think of the outside as like a rice.
You know what it is? It must be because like I'm actually scarred from having seen the Indian street vendor food videos.
Yeah.
That's criminal.
But
'cause-
this came out of an Indian street vending machine.
Thank God.
Thank
That's
God,
good.
what?
That's pretty good.
You can have it.
I might have the other one.
Yeah. I'll leave that to you, Freddie. But
I bought them to share. I figured.
I'm not
I was
I'm not
right.
disappointed. I'll be honest.
I was hungry. I thought you guys might be hungry.
What would I rate it? How many booms would you give that, Freddie?
For a vending machine?
For a vending machine, yeah.
This is the best thing that's ever come out of a vending machine.
I need a napkin.
Yeah. Yeah. It's sticky.
Oh, there's disinfectant wipes.
In terms of a vending machine, I'm gonna give that 4 out of 5 booms.
Or in terms of a vending machine,
Yeah.
What's
I'm
vending
inclined to
machine
agree with you
5
there.
booms?
Honestly, yeah, it's probably a thank you.
you're
It's
welcome.
probably a vending machine 5.
I mean,
Cause like, what else can?
chips.
True.
I'm-
It's all shit.
That not only impresses me for vending machines, that impresses me for the school.
But
Same.
for the price of it, it might be a 4. I think you're right. Because you can't get that every time. Sometimes you gotta settle for the Cheetos. You can't, these are like,
$8
it's like
a
$8 a
pop.
pop.
$8?
Yeah.
That's
not
not.
for
including
2?
tax, probably. It was like $19 for 2.
That's too much. That's like,
It's
I was
not-
feeling ritzy today. I was celebrating the return of Cave Convos.
Yeah. You're living lavishly today, like Larry.
If you want that, you can have that.
Me?
It's yours. I mean,
Yeah.
No.
If you're hungry, I
You know-
don't.
oh, did you already eat?
I did eat before this, yeah.
Okay. No, I'll eat it after.
You got the terrapins.
Yeah.
Terrapins.
Terrapins are out. Damn, bro, fucking host that down. He did not care that we fucking.
Wow, family. Cave
Snag a
Convos.
flick of that to the shirt. So we include that in because apparently people, I understand the complaints that you people have. You know, I say you people. That's pretty derogatory,
The
but
masses.
Speaking of them, the fucking Dan and Company are back at the Sphere.
You know,
really,
I was honestly kind of anti-concert for a while.
Why is that?
No, just kidding.
Well, I don't know. They were like standing around. I would go to them sober. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Listening to music sober stinks. But now that I'm like, I went to one high and had a good drink. I went to a concert as an adult. It's way better. It's a much
Keyword, yeah.
better-
as an adult, if you
Last-
can go there and enjoy all of the amenities they provide,
Mhm.
then obviously it'll be better.
Yeah, it was awesome. And it wasn't even like the greatest show ever.
Who'd you say?
It was like some indie band Weather Day. Weather Day's pretty good. They didn't do their best at that place, but they were $20 tickets. I think I got my money's worth. I had a good time.
Hmm.
And that,
They didn't do their best at that. Band.
yeah, it was,
How indie is it? Like they tour?
it was like the second band to me were better.
Like they tour Boston or they tour like? Is it like that type of band?
I think they go around like New England.
Yeah.
They're not
Yeah.
huge.
That's another thing too with the
Pretty
concerts
big.
is when a larger artist will invite smaller ones.
Mhm.
I appreciate that, like the idea that you're trying to help people, but sometimes, yeah, those artists are
Yeah.
they're fucking dog water.
The first show was called Godfuck. I didn't enjoy Godfuck very much.
That's wild.
But then they brought out this band,
It's
Combat.
funny you say that actually. So one of the songs that they played that all of my friends were making fun of because like it was just that unenjoyable was God Loves Ugly.
God Loves Ugly.
Yeah, for some reason people just love making the worst songs ever produced
yeah, who
about
wa-
God.
God
Who
Loves
is
Ugly.
who wants to listen to like a fucking pre-performer that no one knows? Who wants to listen to their made song? Like just play a fucking song that we know.
And I guess to a certain extent too, it's almost like sort of the WWE, how like they try to include matches that are less interesting to build excitement for the main event.
That is true.
The only thing is, people didn't pay for that.
No.
No one paid. With like you buy the ticket, it tells you the artist that you want to see, and then it may be featuring. No
Yeah.
one goes there to mostly see these artists that they're featuring, and then
Yeah.
get a snippet of the artist they paid for.
But that's what I thought because honestly, it is a great way to find new music. I'm all about finding like new jams and shit. I went to see The Garden with my friend, and then Machine Girl was great. They have like sometimes these openers really leave an impression on me.
Hmm.
Or like one time, We were watching it.
Pepper.
Pepper?
That was a similar band. That was my version of your experience.
What was the headline for that one?
Rent.
Rent.
And I just thought, wow.
Like the play?
What do you mean?
Or is it a band?
No, yeah, it was a
Rent.
concert.
Yeah.
He was playing the song Rent.
Yeah, so, again,
Oh.
I used to, like...
What was that? Just went to a
my
desktop.
Going,
Yeah, it's no, nothing stopped. It just, I don't know, decided to show me some
You
scenic
gotta come to
pictures.
Goose. You gotta see Goose if they
I
come
think I
around.
gotta see Goose, but how long of a show would that be? Like 4 hours?
It's
They play
it
it.
starts at like 8 and they probably go to like 11:30.
But if there's like no opener,
There's no opener.
that's a show I wouldn't want an opener where it's like already 3 hours.
There's no There's
You're
no
going for Goose.
Hmm.
This I paid $20 and I got 3 bags.
Similar to Grateful Dead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, and going back to that, you said they're going back to the Dome. Will you be joining them?
No, not this time.
Okay, and when is that?
Right now, they started. I think last.
It's already happening.
I think last weekend was like the first weekend.
Is this
Maybe
one of
the-
their final tours? Is that why they're going so
Uh,
intense?
Are they going to the Orb?
Well, they did their final tour in 2023. Was their final tour. Then the next summer they went to the Sphere, and now they're there again. So
Okay.
It must be good play in there.
it's probably fun.
Yeah.
I
Bad
guess.
money.
Or maybe they have some debt that they have to repay.
Probably is some
Or
shit.
you could put up all the fucking...
The Sphere's
What
apparently
is it?
losing money, wasn't it?
Is it?
I thought last year.
So the dead can show up, they can rake in the fall of the Sphere, and then they can go retire for real. You know? I think you're right.
John Mayer.
Yeah, it's interesting with these musicians and these celebrities, like the amount of money that they make, but even more impressive, the amount of money that they spend. You know, I couldn't even think about purchasing some of the things they purchased. Mike Tyson with tigers and a whole plethora of jewelry and tattoos, and you know, it's almost unbelievable.
Yeah, one of the shows before me, Jerry Garcia would like play up there. Actually, this was like something that would happen, and instead of retuning his guitar, his drummer would just reach onto a rack and pull out another fucking $10,000 guitar
Yeah,
and start playing
Yeah.
that.
and
They
then
were big.
there'll be things too, like who is it? I think it's like Mark Zuckerberg or something. If you'll notice, he wears very similar clothing every time you see him. The reason for that, they'll purchase the same garment in large quantities
Yeah, I knew
that
it.
that they may literally replicate the same outfit continuously. In
They look like
perpetuity.
fucking
So
cartoon
in perpetuity,
characters.
yeah,
They
in
don't wash them,
perpetuity.
they just get new ones.
That it's like they're literally trying to make NPCs of themselves.
That is like... That is a lot of clothes being just thrown out.
Mm. So much so that
Then
it
they probably
sometimes
decided,
gets shipped to Africa to be burned.
I think if
What?
Yeah.
Why don't they ship it there to give them to people?
Because sometimes
Yeah.
the clothing is just, it gets that annihilated because they just don't give a fuck. It's like just
Yeah.
thrown away discarded shit. And by the time it reaches there, you know, it's on a boat and it's just like
It's
fucking
not-
thrown around.
It's not made to last. Some like
Yeah.
Chinese vendor will just sell imitations of whatever they were wearing.
That's another thing too. You want to talk about quality, the quality of capitalism. Implementing in shirts that used to be entirely cotton and wool,
Mm-hmm.
plastic? Well, why?
Plastic.
Whose idea was that?
That was bad.
I-
Plastic was bad.
And that's the standard now, where we'll just have this synthetic fiber.
Mhm.
I don't want that shit.
I know. It would be cool if this actually came in like
Vintage clothing,
a
though,
little nicer.
it's still pure. Still pure.
Yeah. They don't
They're
make
trying to
them
get
like they
rid of
used
all the
to.
fucking.
Which brings me to the sponsor, Bears Vintage.
They're trying to get rid of all our fucking
Back in the 50s,
excess
like
plastic we
an
got
outfit,
laying
I
around.
feel like an outfit would have been more made to last.
Well, we
before they
keep
had
making
mass
it, too.
production.
Yeah,
Like
we're fucking stupid.
that. Like,
Clothing is, yeah, it definitely is
making something
much more
that would
perishable.
go to shit. Like, if you look in the 50s, if you had like a microwave, I bet that shit still works. But if you update your iPhone from
Thinking
like,
about cars, yeah.
yeah, cars too, but cars too.
Yeah, like did we?
Oh,
What's it
ka-chow.
called? If you're saying that, like, did we like fucking sacrifice like longevity for things to be like good now?
Now, yeah.
Because like those shits, like yeah,
And
like
to get now, we need plastic. Because imagine like cutting down a tree every time you want to make one of these fucking chartreuse boughs.
Yeah.
That's a big.
how does that equate?
Plastic's way cheaper to manufacture than wood in like massive quantities.
Yeah, you
That's
don't have
why
to
we do it.
replant plastic. You can just
Yeah, but
find another
that's
oil
paper.
rig.
So Lungching Bao, whatever the fuck you're saying.
That's why we want Saudi.
I don't know, man. I don't know about what's called plastic like that. I guess
Well,
I need
I don't know.
because that's paper
When I was young,
and
I
plastic,
guess I still do. I had an interest in like.
right? Am I wrong? Isn't that not paper and plastic?
The,
That is correct.
environment.
There is paper and plastic.
So
there.
we'll try to be nice to the environment with paper, but we're gonna put plastic anyway.
No, like
It's-
I still use it. I'm not practicing what I preach.
Oh, I use
Yeah.
plastic all the damn
We
time.
live with
That's
plastic
the-
now. That's it.
I'm gonna use plastic till the goddamn sea tails go extinct. No, I'm just kidding. That's fucked up.
That's
but-
like the-
My fucking credit card is plastic. My water bottle's plastic. My phone is plastic. Like I can't escape it.
There's got to be a better solution to plastic straws than paper straws. Like, there's got to be something better. Metal. Like then you have to like have a metal straw with you. Like restaurants ain't giving metal straw. I guess they could be. I guess they could.
Maybe we
Yeah.
gotta bring back
Some of them do for like martinis and stuff like that. They're mixed
Then you
drinks.
gotta make what if we brought back sipping?
That's what I do. I don't really prefer to use straws.
I agree with you, but like in a
Straws are-
restaurant, like
Straws are better when
I
you're
don't
working.
really like sipping like on a restaurant
Yeah.
cup. I like having a straw in a
What
restaurant.
about like
I
one of those
would-
coffee cups?
Yeah, but
What
the
do you
only
mean?
thing
Yeah,
is
so
that's
it
the
has
same
a little
thing
thing
though,
to suck on.
where it's like you're just
gotta
going through
make more,
cups.
Make more lids. Yeah. It's just,
Um,
we can't really solve.
I mean, hey, every podcast, Jeff goes through like fucking 4 bottles.
Yeah. I
What if
get the
every-
water
plastic
bottle.
bottle?
This is one way. BYOC.
Bring your own.
Bring your
cup
own cup
to like dunks.
to everywhere. Everywhere you go. Bring your own plate. Bring your own cup.
Yeah, it's like.
And they'll
carrying
provide
your
the
food.
the food and beverage.
What if we just brought our own preferred utensil? Would that be dirty?
Or
Imagine
they could
you-
just you could just every place could just have sporks.
But imagine you just walking around with like
It's plastic.
a
It doesn't
cup,
have to be. It could be metal.
What if everybody?
It's like a
carried-
buffet.
Yeah. What if everyone, the people who like sporks, they can bring a spork?
Yeah.
What if everyone had to carry
then
around
there's a
their own
cultural
cup and,
aspect of
and
it.
utensil?
Yeah, and then
That
everyone's
people
going to
would wanna
segregate
let
by
go.
spork, fork, and spoon usage. It'd be
Yeah.
horrible.
Well, they could just
So
give us
everyone-
a spork and make you use that and have a knife
We'd
on the
have- what
other
if-
end.
Or we do it.
One utensil for all, and then you
Yeah.
get a cup, and
yeah,
that's
you,
it.
You know the USB, the USBs, all the fucking USBs are USB-C now. Like they're all the
Yeah,
same.
we'll standardize utensils.
But once
And you only get
what
a
I'm
12
saying
ounce
is, like,
cup, or 12 or 16 ounce cup, and that's it.
I know I'm.
You
just
only get
making
one.
like
You have
a-
to fucking wash your shit every time it's used.
I know I'm making like a whatchamacallit argument here, slippery slope, but we make all the utensils the same, then that means we gotta end up making a lot of the food the same, and then all the people become the same. And I feel like
Why does all the food have to be the same?
Yeah.
You can use it. You can.
you want to use one tool to eat both like soup and noodles.
It's a spork. It's meant.
That's why it's BYOU. Bring your own utensils.
No, but if we're
But
forcing,
what I'm saying is
what, we're
like
forcing people to use a spork, it has the spoon part for
And
the.
you can use metal
You might not be getting it as well,
not
but
is everyone gonna want to carry like multiple?
that's why I'm
cutlery
saying a
in their
spork.
car?
You have the spork, and on the other end a
Only
knife.
when you're going out to eat.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just bring a backpack.
Interesting.
My eating out backpack.
Bring in your own utensil.
Yep.
Bring in like a meat cleaver.
Yeah, and a cup and a plate and maybe napkins for yourself. I don't know.
But I feel like the experience of eating.
You might as well bring your own table and chair, and you
might as
just
well
cook
fucking
your
eat at
own
home.
food.
Yeah.
Yeah, just cook your own food. I guess that's really the solution,
It's
isn't
true,
it?
And I bet you could probably.
And guess what you're gonna be doing though when you make your own food at home? You're probably gonna use some plastic and fucking.
You would really have
What's
to
it
plan
called?
ahead what you were gonna eat. You would have to be like, okay, I'm going out. Am I gonna get Chinese later? I'll bring the chopsticks this time.
You don't need. That's the thing.
I'll bring the
The
chopsticks.
thing
yeah.
is, a sport. If you can only use one, like you're insisting, a sport can do everything. That's
But
the
now
whole
all-
point of it.
All the people who live in like like Quincy, who all the restaurants are like chopsticks.
It's gotta
and
be
they have to
racist.
use forks. No, that's where every time I want to go to like an Asian restaurant, go to Quincy.
And in hindsight, this does cause a lot of issues too. Like, what happens if someone's vacationing here?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't bring any of their plates, utensils, or cups.
The
You'd
restaurant
have to
has sporks.
we have
That's
purchasable.
the what's it called?
You'd have to
That's the
bring-
universal utensil of America, a spork.
You'd have to let
That's what
people
it'll
bring-
become now.
You'd have to
Standard.
like let
We
people
don't have
bring
enough.
knives and shit on the plane. That's
No,
where
the
they come from.
spork that
Oh.
comes, the
No, you
backside's
put it
a
in luggage.
knife. I'm
Put it in
telling
luggage.
you.
No luggage.
Like they're in the army, the backside of the spork is a knife.
Okay, wait.
That's what I'm saying.
You put your universal tool in the luggage.
Yeah.
Nurse comes around. We're doing dinner time now. What now? You
A
gotta know.
spork is your universal utensil is a carry-on item, obviously.
Yeah, there's a problem
Yeah,
there.
The problem is
It's your utensil. It's
we
your
have
only
different
utensil you
utensils
can
for a
have.
reason.
But
There's a
that's
reason.
no. That you bring up a good point though,
A
because
spoon.
we have so many air laws that I don't even know if they can have like actual metal utensils
No,
on
they
planes.
can't.
Yeah,
Like
I
that.
couldn't bring my home chopsticks with me. I'd have to go buy new ones.
You can bring your home wooden chopsticks while you're on an airplane.
Why would you keep wooden chopsticks? They'd break. Or like not like wooden, like I mean like the real wooden. Have you ever seen like real chopsticks? Like they're not all just the throwaway. Some of them are made to be used multiple times.
Yeah, if they're wooden, you can. Why couldn't you take them?
Yeah.
If they're not
Isn't that, like-
riddled with metal and shit, I don't see what's the issue.
Riddled with metal.
If it's
What
not,
about what about the countries that want to bring like a fork over since Americans use sporks now?
they're not allowed. I don't know what to tell you.
It's tough because there's a
If-
huge cultural aspect of the tools that you use to eat your food.
Yeah, it'll be, people get good at fucking flipping over the knife. And this, actually, you do need something to.
I have an idea.
Okay,
What if
stay
you
with
had a
chopsticks.
multi-purpose utensil tool?
That's why chopsticks are not
Like
the what's it
Swedish-
call? Why are you bringing up
What's the
chopsticks?
knife? What do you call it? Army knives.
Yes, like an army knife, and it has a fork, a spoon, a knife, a spork, chopsticks, whatever you want.
What's the
Like a
point of
purse.
having a spoon and a fork if you also have a spork?
Because if
Or
you
what-
don't want to use the spork, you can use a fork. If you don't want to use the fork or the spork, you can use a spoon. And that works
But if I had a
the other
spork
ways.
right here, and a spoon and a fork right here, and you like said you couldn't like, I don't know what you said to me, but like, you said something, or you gave me food.
Yeah.
I would use these two as if I needed, or I would use whatever one was the most proper. I would fucking dash that off the thing even.
Well, in this scenario,
What does KFC have? They literally only have a spork. Only a spork.
do they?
And a knife
They-
too.
they have
They have a
knives too,
knife, but like they don't have a spoon. And they don't have like, dude. Never mind. Nah, what's it called? I think they actually might have switched.
But what about places like Chipotle? They have spoons and forks and
Dude.
knives.
But they don't have a spork.
You're right.
Like if a place has a spork, they don't normally have the other two options.
But I
or
think-
they don't normally have a spoon. A spork substitutes the spoon.
Is
I
it
feel.
is it not ideal to just have as many variations as possible
It
for
is.
everyone's preference?
I mean, I feel like yeah.
Hence the multi-purpose utensil tool.
Hence the amount of plastic we use by disposable utensils in every restaurant around
And
the
that
world.
as well, yeah.
And that's what
Um,
we came full circle, I guess.
That's just I find that
It's a tough problem.
I find that so strange too. How like manufacturers make it seem as if there is no alternative to using plastics and paper.
Right.
In actuality, it's really though. Once again, feeding back into this game. If you want people to make money off of just getting resources to people, then obviously there's going to be consequences, such as maybe not prioritizing the well-being of the environment, instead prioritizing, I don't know, making money off of the environment. And then that'll feed up the entire supply chain. So then we'll have corporate entities who are selling to people that are now carrying the effects of these environmental detriments.
Yeah, we have to live with it. Or we think we have to live with it.
But it's strange though. The idea of having to. The people who have authority over us, the government, is perpetuating it. And so you have to accept it in that regard. But how many times have revolutions occurred? How many times have major social change occurred? You know, the civil rights movement and women's suffrage. So it's not like it's something that can't be dealt with, but it's something that society is accepting. So there's no reason to change.
Everybody's just doing it.
People actually want to make money so that they can perpetuate the same problems that having no money made them have.
Yeah,
Hurt people hurt people.
that's true. It's a brutal system.
Yeah, but why is it that way, Jeff?
Because it profits off of disadvantaging others.
Yes, so that means there's a winner.
Yeah.
The only thing is, there doesn't have to be winners and losers. There can just be happy people.
Right.
That's another thing that we've all forgotten, though, isn't it?
But nice things make people happy.
You think that? Does it make you more happy than, oh, I don't know, spending time with people you care about, though?
No.
No. And, like, that's
Definitely.
another thing. Like, people say, would you rather have $1 million or have no friends? Or would you rather have $1 million and no friends, or $0 and 1,000,000 friends, or something like that?
I don't want 1,000,000 friends.
Yeah, I don't need
if
1,000,000
I had no
friends.
I
Enough
would-
friends.
If I had
We'll
no
change it to
friends-
that.
If I could never make another friend, I would probably end up like.
If you could never, yeah, wait,
You
so
would be
If
alone
I
forever,
could
yeah.
never enjoy the company of another human being.
But
I
you're
would-
wealthy. It's
No,
either you have
why?
enough money to do whatever you want,
You can't
never have
make
anyone
friends.
in your life, or you never have enough money, but you always have enough people in your life.
I would go with the people.
I like people.
There's a
People
lot.
are-
There's far too many people who would still choose the first option though, and they don't even see. They don't understand
because I don't
why
think
that's.
about it.
It's. I guess it's that, but it's mostly fear though.
Yeah.
You know, another aspect of sort of not being able to attain the highest level of this superficial and hierarchical economic society, sound like Jaden Smith, is a sort of shame. You know what I mean? Like you feel like you're not good enough.
Yeah.
That's not you though. You never wanted to be this guy who decided he wanted to waste his life away trying to impress other people. You wanted to be you.
Yep.
So just be you.
That would be good. And I don't think doing what I'm doing now is being me. I think I was born for something different.
You are very important. There's a very specific plan just for you, Jeff.
Mhm.
And all you have to do is accept that as opposed to what other people tell you you're supposed to be.
That's right. I had to learn that.
Yeah.
That's the guidance.
Fun fact for you here.
Alright.
Every single insecurity, this applies even to you, Freddie, that you will have picked up over the course of your life, guess what, Jeff?
Mhm.
Was never yours to begin with.
Mhm.
Someone else actually gave you their insecurities, and you just accepted them.
Yeah. I try to tell that to all my friends. They're like, I got a buddy who's like, I have to wear a shirt at the pool. It's like, man, let them titties fly. That's you, bro.
Be you.
You don't gotta
Be you.
apologize for being you.
Yeah.
Let them titties fly.
Well, you say that
Let them
too.
Titties fly.
It's not even like it legitimately is breasts. You know what I mean? Like, it's still, from our conception, just a male chest.
Mm-hmm.
The idea that people would, once again, create these things. So that means they felt so bad about themselves that they felt it necessary to attack another person about how they looked. Does that sound like the type of advice, though, that you would want to hold on to or listen to at all?
What? To fear what other people think of me?
Yeah, someone who's writhing. You know what I mean? Like, every time, like, I don't want to give a name, but you remember there was a certain person that we went to high school with who was potentially special needs and also very aggressive.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
She would yell at the principal. She literally slapped a female in the face because she talked to me at a school dance.
Crash out.
That doesn't make sense. She got
Yeah.
arrested at that school dance for slapping that lady.
Jeez.
Honestly,
Um,
I didn't even know she got arrested. Like,
Yeah, she was a threat to humanity.
yeah, she was,
Do
but
you think
like for
she has
real,
the
like,
capacity for good?
nah, like you could just be
Yeah,
walking in the
absolutely.
halls on a
Absolutely.
bad day of hers, and you just get like fucking smacked. Yeah, isn't there like Goody? And you know,
Goody.
and he's like saying so, like just looking at her, and she's like says something to him, and he's like and he's like stutter. Fuck, I really wish I could.
She's intimidating, but
She is.
it's only because, once again, of that willingness. She's accepted so much bad that she's willing to perpetuate that bad.
Mm.
She's become the villain in her own story.
Being what they think you are.
Yes.
If you don't like it, yeah, I guess being you and staying you. Somehow they're different. Is what I'm trying. I think I'm getting at it.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's identity and character,
Like
and then
when I
there's
said-
integrity.
My buddy's like, you know, I want to wear a shirt when I'm at the pool. I say let them titties fly. He's like, I don't want to let my titties fly, but I don't want to wear a shirt. If you don't like something about yourself, change it. I don't know. But
Well, here's another thing
it
too.
is still important to accept the parts of yourself that are either hard to change or you cannot
Yeah.
change.
Here's something I'll say to him. There is a big difference between someone who, like Lizzo, who's glorifying potentially being unhealthy, versus someone who's
She's actually, what's it called now? You seen her recently?
What?
She's skinny.
She's, I don't know.
She's losing
skinny.
weight?
She's like,
She's switching up on the.
Yeah. So, but I mean, once again, though, when you are
Ay,
glorifying something
sheesh.
unhealthy, people will often attack
nah,
that
low
just as
key,
well.
damn.
Yeah, she's lost a lot of weight. It's either that or she's
No,
been
no, she
replaced
looks
by
good
some
now.
sort of
Yeah.
double body agent.
Yeah.
But
They cloned her.
yeah,
See, like, oh, why'd you lose weight, though, Lizzo? Probably because you were unhealthy as fuck? No, I'm just kidding. I mean, yeah, nothing.
No, but I kind of get that question because she was super, like, love your body, pro body, and a lot of heavier people really took to her.
Yeah,
And
but
then I
not to
feel
their
like
benefit
Seeing her
necessarily.
losing weight, a lot of people are going to, maybe not a lot of people, a vocal minority of people are going to be like, why is being fat bad? Why don't you want to be fat anymore? Why are you losing weight?
See,
Because I was
that's the-
unhealthy.
It's all about perspective. Like, so from the perspective of your friend, he's not proud about the fact that he has gotten to his shape and size.
Yeah.
And so if you have that element of, I suppose, repentance, if you will, then like no one's going to shame you for it.
Mm.
Or if they do, that says a lot more about them than it does
Yeah,
about you.
that's a dick thing to do.
Yeah.
You gotta love your own body, man. The Lord gave it to you.
You should definitely never not love yourself.
That's right.
Is it definitely true that we will not be happy about everything that we've done throughout the course of our lives? Absolutely. We are not perfect. But persistence is a beautiful thing.
Gotta stick with it.
Wait.
That's what you were talking about before with that integrity.
Gotta keep on keeping on.
Yeah.
It's like old Bobby D.
Gotta
said.
keep on keeping on like a
Keep
bird
on.
that flew. I feel like I might be able to
Halo
find
in
this.
blue. Yeah, it's a not an easy balance. It's like trying to solve plastic. It's trying to solve how much do you love yourself and how much do you strive to be a
Bro's
better
trying to
version of
find
yourself.
plastic.
A big thing. Do you know what the biggest concern that we have as humanity is?
What's that?
It is the fear of not knowing. Because it causes us to do some of the most atrocious things that we've ever done. Think of Hitler. He didn't know why Germany was struggling economically. He didn't know how to help them.
No.
And so he decided, let's just,
Kill people.
I have an answer, scapegoat, and it's the
Yeah.
Jews, right? It's the minorities.
Damn, bruh.
And you can
This
take
shit ain't
even
nowhere.
other alternatives, right? Like the Democrats can temporarily blame the Republicans and Donald Trump for everything going wrong.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Republican Party about the Democrats.
Did you see that thing about the doomsday clock?
Oh, yeah,
You
I
know,
did.
the
I did
doomsday
find
clock?
this.
Who's that?
I have no idea. Some random. That's all I could find.
I actually saw that too. I think I was at BSU, and oh no, I don't remember where I was. I might have been in Boston. I go into a bathroom. That's the first thing that I see is just someone with their pants down to their knees
That's
at a
wild.
urinal.
That guy doesn't give a fuck.
I think he was intoxicated. I have a strange
When was
feeling.
this? Was it fucking during
I think
the
it was
parade?
I think it was St. Patrick's Day parade. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. Damn, I wish I
Alcohol
could've
is
fucking
way
seen
worse
that.
than like weed and nicotine.
Yeah, but it
There's
makes
a
you...
reason why they call it spirits.
Spirits.
It has a tremendous capacity to alleviate any sense of integrity you may have.
Yeah, integrity is a bitch sometimes.
Yes, it is. It can
I
be.
just wanna fucking rip your bra off
But-
and let them titties fly.
And it's a matter too of once again
Yeah,
this
I can't find that
acceptance.
shit nowhere.
Lies were made to be broken, and so if you say something, you're gonna be tested on that.
Mhm.
If it's true, then you'll pass. I say that like as if like it's like you'll be graded and like you can fail. It's not a matter of failure.
No,
It's once again just proving whether or not what you said, what you think is true.
there's no way to know whether or not you're gonna win. You just gotta try to make the most of the hand that you're dealt sometimes.
Right.
Maybe a little bit of AC doocies. Maybe I switch things up. Maybe give me some.
Some monies.
No, but I also
Money.
do want to be like more aware of the world. I want to.
I
understand
recommend.
why things are the way they are, and it's kind of impossible because the further you dig down into anything, like why do you stop having seizures when you cut your brain in half? And they have an answer for that, but they didn't have that 50 years ago. But then you find out like
You chopped off the
how
bad
does your
part?
brain even work? Nobody has any idea. Things just get more.
They actually changed their theory of how DNA works, and like significantly.
Yeah.
It used to be that DNA had the actual information through which mitosis and meiosis occurred.
Mhm.
Now, DNA is an antenna that sort of is able to receive the information from a field.
It's so weird. It, like,
They're just saying it's coming from God, though, and they don't want to call it God. Like, is that not what that sounds like? Like, that's just absurd to me.
There is.
An energy field that gives information.
Yeah.
So a god.
Yeah, that sounds like this.
That's almost surreal to me. That
I do believe there is like
It's almost as if it
because
never
that thing that I agree with the good.
What are you talking about?
I really want to find that fucking video of Goody, because he is fear. You could learn like the true power of that motherfucker held.
She was
Fear was in his eyes in that video.
You want to talk about aura?
I
She
do-
was
yeah, I wanna
she was
talk
an
about-
outlaw.
That thing about God, that was interesting. I wanted to follow that up because, like you said, taking things from a source and almost enlightening, like
The sauce, like you were talking about before.
sauce. Yeah, it's like the sun. Something. I don't know about the DNA antenna thing, but what I do know about DNA is that by all logic, it doesn't seem like it should exist.
Yeah,
I don't know the
it's surreal.
science of DNA, but what I know is that shit doesn't just come out of the ground alive. For some reason, there's something that just demands sentience
Mm-hmm.
that we don't know what it is. And part of that
I demand
is
it.
definitely like my idea of God. Like, why do we have eyes? It doesn't make any sense. What
What do you mean? Why do we have
What
eyes?
hit an amoeba in such a way that like eyes could develop, shooting light into rods and cones and seeing colors in your brain, and like there's something. It doesn't make why would that come out of like space rocks?
Hmm.
There's something which is so much further down, and that could be God. It could be some ultimate substance that just exists in everything, something that connects everything together. But we
Does
have
it connect to me and
it's
you?
in there.
Jeff,
But are we ever gonna find it?
would you like to sort of have a nice, neat bow tie to wrap around this that you may conceptualize this concept?
Mm-hmm.
There's the natural, there's everything we see,
Mm-hmm.
then there's the supernatural, the things to which you are talking about that are inexplainable.
Right.
People love to deny the supernatural
Mm-hmm.
because they want so much to understand and to think that they know.
Right.
There is so much that is unknowable because it is supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
And you can reject that, or you can just, as you do, accept it and appreciate life in totality.
It's beautiful. But part of me just wants to. Maybe it's from like back when I was an ape, a couple lifetimes ago, when I was picking ants out of a fucking anthill of my ancestors. But something I just wants to dig deeper and find bigger bugs and cooler dirt. I want to know what's in the very middle.
Mm.
This core, but like there's got to be something further in, something in maybe even a whole dimension we're not seeing. Maybe things.
Well, science goes all the way down, breaks it down to the finest level. It's just energy. You can call it a quirk. You can call it a. What else do they have there? They have their strange electric bands.
Right. But if energy can't be created or destroyed, where is the energy coming from? Why is the sun so big and hot? It's incredible. It's beautiful. But I want to I feel like that thing with the brain. We are learning so much more. I love seeing how knowledge just grows in people, but in the world. But I feel like we're never gonna fully get it, no matter how far we dig. We're never gonna find the thing that connects everything together.
Do you know of Descartes?
Yeah. I think therefore I am.
Yes. Do you also know of another quote? I forget who it's by. It might also be by him. We are but a dream within a dream. That might be
Mark
Shakespeare.
Twain.
Is it Twain?
It's
Okay.
either Twain or Shakespeare.
So it's amazing how much the universe resembles that of a conscience. And that expression, a dream within a dream, well, if God made everything, then wouldn't everything then be an expression of God?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how a brain works, right? It is sort of the cesspool, and then we do stuff based upon our mind.
Mm.
That's how God works.
God is a big brain.
Well, the universe is a big brain, but whose brain is it?
Whenever we want to make a machine and try to replicate consciousness, we just give it a brain.
Just give it a brain, yeah. I mean, AI is literally just that,
There are
sentience.
there are things that AI can never understand. It's never going to know what it's like to see something with these little organic fleshes. Just like there could be something way larger than us that we'll just never understand because it's so significant.
Hmm.
That could be God. Or maybe you go all the way down and you find the same things. Unknowable, tiny, like no microscope could ever reach a thing that is in everything. Maybe that's God. Maybe they're both God. Maybe, I don't know. It's
Is that the
fascinating to
midichlorians?
think about. Huh?
Is that the midichlorians?
The midichlorians? What's that?
That's what the Force is derived from. Your
Oh.
metachlorian count.
Yeah, I think the Force is like they're like monks performing miracles.
The midichlorians is like something that like goes through all living things.
Yeah,
It's
that's God.
in the original writings. It's so in real life, like athletes, professional athletes have a higher concentration of mitochondria, and so they're able to literally do more stuff. Right? They have more energy.
ATP.
ATP. And
ATP.
smarter people will have a higher concentration of neurons, and so their brains can hold on to more information and create. They have a
Damn,
greater
I got
capacity to make
neither.
connections.
Yeah, and we've evolved to need both.
So George Lucas said, "What if we combine this and made a super person?" Right? And so you get the mitochondria, you get the neurons. What is it? Metachlorians.
Yeah.
So there you go.
This is a pretty unscientific take on it, I suppose. But have you ever read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
No.
Well, what happens in Hitchhiker's Guide is they build this big computer named that's Deep Thought. AM is something else. Deep Thought, this incredible, impossibly complex computer that the book can't even fully describe. And they ask
Just
the
say
computer...
I can't even fully describe this.
Well, you know how it is, books. They don't get every detail. You get the imagination.
Hmm.
Or maybe you don't. But, anyway, super big computer. And they ask this computer, "Alright, computer, you're the best. What is the meaning of life?" And the computer says, "This will take a lot of deep thought."
We should, what's it called?
So, the computer sits there and thinks for 1,000,000 years. And so many generations of people have gone by or whatever. But the computer finally has an answer. And they're like, "Computer, what is the meaning of life?" And the computer says, "After 1,000,000 years of deep computering thought, I have discovered the meaning, the source, the answer to life. 42. Everyone's like, huh? They waited 1,000,000 years to hear that the answer, the meaning of life,
Yeah.
is something really simple.
You know where I know that from?
But then he says, that's the answer. But we don't really know what the question is. And they're like, huh? So he says, we are going to make a planet. And
Called
we're gonna
42.
and basically Earth, he creates the Earth as a question to the answer, what is the meaning of life?
Mm-hmm.
So, all the jokes and shit aside, it's kind of saying that humanity is the question to what is the meaning of life, I guess.
I'll do you one better. You ready for this?
Humans are trying to find the meaning.
What gives purpose to anything, even inexplicably?
Mm-hmm.
What is it? There's only one answer.
God.
I guess there's two answers.
What is that?
Love.
Love.
ChatGPT just
For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever shall believe in him should not perish, but have everlasting life.
I just asked ChatGPT though, what is the meaning of life, and they said 42.
So that's the answer.
To
See?
42.
to think about this. To be everything, and yet to create something, just
Mhm.
so that
It exists.
you could create another thing that is everything to you, that you love, just so that they could reside in it
Mm-hmm.
and experience you.
And that's part of that spark that brought these amoebas out of the ground that life also wanted to spread. That's love in a way. Maybe spreading of life is love. And that's destroying, that's hate.
Hatred.
You hate
Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm sorry.
The audience didn't witness that, but Freddie just
No,
I
knocked,
just smacked over
Yeah.
Jeff
he
Plethora.
demonstrated hate.
Yeah, I demonstrated
smacked
hate
some
by-
plastic bottles off the table.
Like I said earlier,
There's
Jeff
lots to get.
4 plastic bottles he'll end up having by the end of the episode.
I did drink them pretty quick.
Some might call that chaos.
Shit, maybe
Yes!
that's another theory I heard. Is
Chaos!
that
Anyone know that?
that's Scarlet Witch?
Yeah, it's Scarlet Witch.
But-
Yeah, have you played Marvel Rivals?
No, but I have seen
can't-
WandaVision.
I can't remember where I heard this, but somebody, it was a book, I don't remember which one. They described that
Boobies?
every force in the universe has an opposite. Kind of goes with that whole being connected thing.
Yeah.
So when God was created, the ultimate sort of order. And
When God was
plan-
created.
Not, oh yeah, that's crazy, but just stick with me. So if God exists, that's the better way to put it. If God exists as the ultimate force of knowing and good,
Mm-hmm.
then by the law of just the universe and the way good and bad operate, there had to be a force to disrupt that plan. And that's where the sort of entropy, the free will, comes in. And so I think being a person is this constant pull of go into the void, kill people, kill yourself, to love yourself, love your neighbors, do the right thing. It's like, that is very real. I believe in that.
Mm-hmm.
It's pulling in two directions.
I'll put it
The
this
devil
way.
and God.
Yeah.
Good and evil. I believe in that.
I'll put it this way. If I walked up to you, handcuffed you, locked you in my basement, and said you could not leave until you said that you loved me,
Mm-hmm.
do I love you?
Definitely. Ooh.
No. But if I remove the handcuffs, I let you do whatever you want, and every day I tell you I love you,
Right. It's like
do I love you?
No.
Yeah. If
If
I
you let
let
it
you,
go?
if I let you make
Do you let him do
choices,
what he wants to do?
I let you
Leave?
make your own choices.
Yeah.
And
Leave
I
the
also,
house?
And I also express to you that I love you, which is to say I care
Oh,
about
you
you and
do,
I
dude.
want what is best for you.
Yeah.
It's a choice at that
Is
point.
he still locked in the house?
No, you can do whatever he wants.
Well, then yeah.
Free
That's
will.
love.
So, and those are the two
So
options.
free will
So
is-
it's either you can choose to get in these handcuffs and deny God, and you can say, yes, Satan is correct, he is perfect, everything is great when I choose whatever I want. Or
But a lot of the
you can choose the love of God.
right. But the thing is that the devil is that he's a tricky son of a bitch.
He is
He
tricky.
takes us.
He's been alive for a very
Insane
long time,
force.
so the least he could do is be smart, right?
Yeah. So that's when
He's alive still?
if the devil
Until Jesus returns.
if the devil's trying to pull you to the left and he's doing it at the devil's level,
Mm-hmm.
finding the right path can be very hard. And I think if God is all knowing, he knows that's going to happen. You're going to stray from what he's teaching you in a while, but only if you manage to like return to the path of good. It's almost like you have to experience the compulsion and the desire to be bad before you can truly become good. You got to know
Do you
the
know why?
pain and the hate.
Here's the thing, Jeff.
What's that?
If you try and tell a kid, do not touch that fire, it will hurt,
Mhm.
that means nothing to them. They touch the fire, it hurts, it means everything to them.
Yeah. They
Sometimes you have to experience it and feel it before you truly understand.
yeah. You got to burn yourself a couple of times.
Hmm.
I got scratch marks all on my hand. I let my cat bite me a couple of times.
My cat does that too, but
But I love it. I do it for love.
yeah, I like to pretend it's a sign of affection,
You know?
even when it hurts.
Yeah. That might be. I think I completely agree with that. Even though part of me is like, you're just projecting human thoughts onto a cat. I think it's love.
No, I
Is
mean,
it-
I think it's...
Or is it hatred?
Or
For keeping
or
the
the
hell
fact that my
cat.
dog like trusts me. There's a level of love there.
How do
that-
you find out your dog trusts you? What is like with a cat? You can like slowly blink your eyes, right? And they like.
It's
Yeah.
just time.
I love that you know these little intricacies of cats.
I
But
do.
it
I do
is
like.
really-
I like cats.
Here's
But you
the
know what
thing.
dog I want so bad? I want to get a dachshund, a miniature dachshund, like a wiener
That's a
dog.
cat? Oh, it's a dog, okay.
Hang on,
Yes, yes.
Yo, should we?
Oh,
but
Both?
Just one.
Oh.
Just take a look.
Should we? What's it called? I was thinking though. Just think. Should we like reset the recording so it doesn't fuck up? Or
oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, we'll stop it at the hour mark.
Alright. But yeah, so I want that. I want a miniature long-haired dachshund. That's the exact dog that I want.
And this looks like a dachshund, as you say. Yes, a wiener dog.
Yeah. It looks like a what's it called? Hold on, I'll get a picture.
The wiener dog.
He's a Dino one. You've got some good goobies at home.
Yeah, I do.
They're good hunting, yeah? They have good nostrils.
I don't know if those
I
dogs
think
are
they
hunting
are.
dogs.
These ones?
Those ones. Oh, wait, let me see. Yeah, but.
Oh, that's adorable.
They're
That is
like-
adorable. Ladies and gentlemen, please send that in the group chat. We're going to send some pictures
Okay,
of
I got a
dogs.
good one.
This will keep you guys entertained.
Yeah.
People love dogs.
Yeah, I think the small dogs are just raised to be yippy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To alert.
Well, it's kind of the same way with people, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, some people are neurons, some people are muscle.
Yes. And
Some dogs are muscle.
going back to what you said, how do you know a dog trusts you?
Yeah.
You ready for this?
Like when it's shitting or something like that? It like looks
Sure.
away.
True.
Well, what I was going to say is if the dog is willing to, this is a big one for both of the animals, you look at how they sleep. If they're sleeping and they're exposing their stomachs,
Oh, yeah.
they're not scared. They are sort of comfortable and they trust you. If, on the other hand, they're covering themselves in like a fetal position, things probably aren't going too well. And we're going to have to cut it off here. This is the hour mark. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back after this commercial break. Hello again.
All right.
So, we left off talking about a whole bunch of things, but I think it's for the best if we move on to another topic. Try and get
Talk
some...
about the jamboree.
yeah, get some
Yeah.
clarity here.
We're into music now.
What is this jamboree you speak of? We also have to talk about Impractical Jokers, though.
Oh, yeah.
True. We'll do a lightning round.
Oh, we have 25 minutes. There's no worry there.
What is it that we do? Yeah, we do the guitar now. We're into the musics.
That's what the jamboree's all about?
And that's what we call. That's what we call it. Whenever we
I
do it.
see, you're
But
jamming.
we don't do it much. I think we've done 3.
We've done it a few times,
I
but
think we should. We gotta do some Cave Convos and music even.
That would be a good idea. So what do you guys do? You guys just sort of riff together? Or?
Yeah.
not really anything. Like, I mean, we kind of just play
We
and
haven't
like.
found ourselves.
The last time was the first time we actually, like, in my opinion, like started to like, be able to like play together a little bit. Like I was like strumming and Jeff,
Yeah.
what's it called?
lead.
Yeah, and he was like we were.
I did some words.
I was like strumming like to D, just for example, like D, and then I would go
Yeah.
to G, but he would like count or not count. He would like go up like D.
Yeah, I would switch keys, and then I would tell him when to switch keys, and
Yeah.
together we would play Tom Dooley.
Okay.
Like I go from like
D to G.
yeah D to G,
So
but
he would
he
go
goes like D and does the in
He'd be
between to
going
bring us there.
G, 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 and then I'm going like G, D, E, A, B, C, D, E, and then he would go to like, or well, I guess I did it wrong. D. I would stop at D, and then he would go to D. So I was like D, 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 and then I go D, C, B, A, G, and then he goes down to G. So now we're going G, 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 G. So he's going up and down like G, 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 D, 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 D. G, 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 and I'm going G, G, B, D, B, B, D, D, and then I go back to G, and he goes back to G, and it just somehow works. Oh,
So, not exactly Led Zeppelin, but you
Fuck
guys
no, yeah.
no.
you guys have jumped into the waters of music, though.
Yeah, we
haven't you?
have.
Yeah, they've played millions of hours together.
Me and Jeff have played
It's a
about
great
2
example.
hours together.
No, we should learn to join us. We're only a few months in.
Ah,
Yeah, we are only a few months in.
do you have electric guitars, acoustic? What-
Acoustic.
I have acoustic.
Okay.
America was 3 acoustic guitars. They were a great band.
We know what's it called? A horse with no name.
True.
A horse with no name.
I can't. What's it called?
I think I'm gonna get a guitar. I really do. That sounds like an awesome idea.
But ultimately, what it does come down is if you pick it up and it feels good in your hands, you'll learn it.
It already does. I've already held a guitar before, and
I-
something about an instrument to me,
Yeah.
like even the recorder when we were doing that, I just loved playing it.
Then you have it. So, but it is hard, and it is very like frustrating for the first couple, like 2 weeks. It's a big
It's a very-
barrier to entry.
Oh,
What's
there's
it
always
called?
gonna be.
But if you really stick with it, I think anybody can do it.
I really
course.
I gotta get
And
back
I think
into it.
especially you could do it.
Everyone would. This goes to the Bears and to you two, of course. You would be very surprised at just how much you're capable of.
You just gotta put your back into it.
You just gotta try.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get my
Yeah.
calluses back.
Commit to the routine. Are you fading?
Kinda. Like I said, I haven't been doing too well. Damn.
Mine are pretty. That's pretty chopped.
Mine or not.
I at least try to do a few minutes every day with it. I was going really hard at it in the beginning because My computer broke.
Hmm.
I don't have much else going on, so I taught myself how to do some basic guitar shit.
Tell you what, in my vacation in Cape Verde, if I had a guitar, I would have came back like fucking Bo Jackson, not Bo Jackson, Bo Diddley.
Bo Diddley.
Bo Jackson. There it is.
Yeah, dude, it's just a good outlet.
Yeah.
You know, make some music, or just do other people's music, and just take satisfaction in the fact it sounds good or
Yeah.
better. And yeah, eventually just kind of start to think, well, this might sound better if I hit this chord or hit this note maybe 2 times, or do a little half thing. Maybe I'll wiggle this one. You know, as you do it, you kind of just start to get an ear for it.
Yeah.
I love it. I recommend it.
It's almost like a sand garden, you know? It's so peaceful and so serene. You're just creating this little piece of harmony.
Mm. But creating that little piece of harmony is not easy. It's like if a sand garden.
It's easier than it looks.
Yeah.
Or it's harder than it looks.
You're doing a sand garden where like people are throwing dodgeballs at you. You gotta catch the dodgeballs and do the sand at the same time. It's otherwise they're gonna fuck up your garden.
But I love doing that too, like just listening to music. And I notice this, like I'll be tapping my feet, like trying to match the drums, and then I'll be like tapping the side of my car trying to match the guitar, and then I'll be singing.
Then
You
you
know,
got it.
it's like, it's just, yeah, I love music. But anyways, going back to the other topics here.
That's the jamboree.
Joe. Very impractical of him to be doing such things.
Yeah, Joe Gatto got the big punishment.
He's getting.
He got, yeah,
Facts. He's
he got the big
loser.
What? So, Freddie, please share with us here what's going on with Joe.
So he has been getting some allegations against him recently, apparently.
Everyone, Vince, who? There was someone else, right?
Probably fucking.
Oh,
everyone.
who? We were just talking about someone. I thought. Never mind. Continue.
And so yeah, I mean, there's like this like girl or something, and she like accused, like, she like went over to his hotel room. She like met him. I don't really know all the bullshit about it, but she accused him, and then a couple days, which I mean, that one is like doesn't really like hold a lot of like water or weight or whatever you want to say.
Yeah,
It's
not
like-
enough evidence.
Yeah, there's really no evidence that he actually like assaulted her. I mean, they like. But I mean, they probably definitely slept together. I mean, it
So-
could have been it could have been what's it called?
Do you know if this is a I don't remember what the name is, but like a civil action, like a
No,
like a bunch of people are coming together against them?
there was no what's it called? I don't know. Actually, I don't really know about the second people that came forward really, but I do know the first one. No, they like it happened like a year ago, and ever since it happened, apparently ever since it happened, they've been trying to like just post online about it and try and get people to, like, what's it
get
called?
attention. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's no like actual proof about it, like that he like assaulted her. Like there's very much like a like she went to his hotel room at like 2:30 in the morning or like 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
And like it could like who knows, maybe when they were there like he did do something like or whatever, but like everything leading up to it seemed as if you like wanted to go, and you know what I mean?
It's really tricky because there exists this problem of men who have too much power and they abuse it, and then there also exists this problem of people who are more than willing to weaponize the fact that happens.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's
I don't
hard
know.
to discern between which one is
think
occurring.
I don't want to believe Joe Gatto did all that.
He has a
I know.
family. He
I
seemed
know.
like a pretty decent guy.
The thing I don't shit. I just lost it. Fuck! It was something about people like doing that shit. Oh yeah. Damn. Alright. What the fuck am I? What?
Like people faking sexual assaults.
Yeah.
Mm. Like that whole Robert Kavanaugh thing.
Shit. What the fuck?
Robert Kavanaugh.
Yeah, you remember
Yeah. What's that?
No.
He was some senator that allegedly diddled. It was a big thing.
A senator who allegedly diddled.
Yeah, but that was a big, like, I remember that was a big upset for the whole, like... how
It
much-
didn't
do we
happen.
have-
People were
yeah.
mad.
Do we believe her on her word, or do we, like, what do we do here?
Yeah, and I that always, the idea that you would bring it into social media too, because, I mean, for one, if you're gonna have a jury, that's just brutal because you're swaying all of the opinions there,
Mm.
and the other side of it is, so often if someone who is like a part of, I don't know, some like anti-sexual assault thing sees it,
I kind of remember.
it's automatically whoever is speaking against someone regarding sexual assault is correct, because that's what they do, and that adds a lot of weight to the person's accusation. So once again, this weaponization is brutal.
This is messy. It's not like a murder where you just like, well, the guy was here, the blood's over here. It's tough.
It is tricky too. I was gonna say like usually they test for things like semen and I'm not gonna go into the details, but so it's not like there aren't ways, but if it was consensual, it's not like they can necessarily disprove that.
Yeah, like this is what I was gonna say about the Joe Gatto thing. Like, just because he's like popular, didn't slept with him, like doesn't like immediately mean like takes advantage of you just because he like has power or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we shouldn't be fucking your fans. That gets messy.
What about groupies?
Yeah, they're fans.
Exactly, and like
It's
that
messy.
was never like that was a huge thing. They
Just
follow him around and fucking what's it called?
Was it like full penetration, or was it just
I
like a
haven't-
grope?
No, they like had like I'm pretty sure they fucking I don't know. She like in the video I saw of it, I like she doesn't like say what she just said like things happened. Didn't
Yeah.
like say like anything.
happened?
Yeah, anything that happened. Things happened. Okay. Someone said that. Okay, what did you have sex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be consensual, or you don't even say like.
Yeah, I think Joe Gatto actually raped me too. I think I remember that.
It's almost annoying too, because as the case continues, there will be evidence that they will be forced to submit,
Yeah.
and it's basically like when before they were telling white lies, all of a sudden the truth is now actually revealed,
Mm.
and it's like once again making a game out of someone allegedly sexually assaulting you.
Yeah.
What about that is so fun?
Get your likes up. Get your tweets.
But yeah, no idea what's gonna happen with this court case. No idea if he's guilty. Or
I don't know if it is a court. That's the thing. I don't know if it like
It's not even gone
the
to court yet?
first girl. I don't know if it was a court case. The first girl. It's been a year, and she would just post stuff online about it. There is no police report for the first girl. There has been a second person that came forward, and I have no idea about that one. But for the first girl, it was no police. She just posted on TikTok, and
So the fact that it's that new and people know about it,
Too early to make judgments.
yeah, it's really tricky. I don't want to say Joe's guilty, but I also don't want to say
I don't want to say he's guilty or I
Joe's
don't
a
want to say
great
he's
guy.
I guess we'll
innocent.
just leave it up to the
He
court.
isn't a great guy. Actually, I will say this. Regardless, he is a shitty.
He
Sorry.
doesn't seem like,
No. Regardless,
I don't
he is a shitty guy because
know.
at this time that he was cheating on his wife with this girl at the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So regardless, he is a shitty
Did
person.
his wife say
Realistically,
that, or did she say that too?
what?
That they were together.
It's just
Well, they were together.
yeah.
I guess maybe they have like an open relationship or whatever, but like they didn't say that.
Yeah.
And in the public eye, he's a what's it called? He
They could-
cheated on his wife with that.
I guess you gotta let him take it to the court.
Maybe it was an entanglement.
Yeah. So regardless, sorry to all you what's it called Joe Gatto fans or whatever. He really isn't a good guy regardless. Unless
He'd already left the show though, right?
I guess
I
just
think
don't
he
know
left the
how
show
much of it's true.
something. It was to do with his wife, and I'm pretty sure the timeline of it happening is him and his wife are like split up a little bit. He leaves the show. He tries to get his shit back together with his family, whatever, and he does. And then like a week after him and his wife announced that they're back together, this happens. Like this, it was like last year or 2023.
So yeah, so
At
they
this
had
point.
a break, and then he was seeing other people.
No. The video, the time that this happened, like it was after a show, like after like a stand-up show he did, and she like came back to the hotel room after, and the date is like literally a week after him and the wife announced they were back together.
Okay.
So like regardless, he's a shitty guy.
Yeah,
Joe,
Joe.
keep your dick in your pants, Joe.
Yeah.
I guess the Jokers are kind of washed.
The Jokers,
I think it's over.
they still do the thing without him.
Yeah, but I mean,
It's not
The only
same.
one
watching it,
that's like
yeah.
funny, and the only like reason I would watch it still is for Sal. I like Sal.
I
I
like
like.
Sal.
I listen to his podcast.
But watch the reruns.
If Murr was the only one there, definitely would not be watching.
Yeah,
that
hell
show.
no. How would Dobby
No,
watch
I
that?
don't
Shit? He's
think
the punching bag in the fucking
He
group.
was alright.
I like
Yeah,
it.
Q. I like Q
Q,
too,
yeah.
but he can't. He's not like
No.
someone who can hold it up on his own.
The whole.
He was really
gang-
carried by. I mean, like Joe Loki was the big carry.
Yeah.
Joe and Sal were, in my opinion, the big
He
ones.
was the Rick of The Walking Dead to that show.
Well, who's Sal? Because I feel like Sal is like very big.
I don't know, maybe like Michonne.
I've never seen The Walking Dead, honestly.
It's not. I don't recommend watching it.
If they were
honestly.
like Captain
11
America and
seasons?
Iron Man,
Huh?
who would it be? Captain America and Iron Man. Who would be who?
I feel like they're both like equal though, in importance. So it would be
Yeah.
more like, I don't know, like Iron Man and Hawkeye.
Honest- You really think that Joe's that big? I mean, I think that outside of the Impractical Jokers, I think Sal's the most successful one. He definitely has the most successful stand-up career.
I've just never been a big fan of him, but yeah, maybe.
I like Q, but I wouldn't watch the Q show.
Yeah.
Joe was always.
It's really
yeah.
the whole gang, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is the whole game. After they
Fact
like
that it's
removed one of them, it's
Four
just...
lifelong friends. who
Yeah, it literally
compete
said
to
4
embarrass each
lifelong
other.
friends who compete to embarrass each other.
Well,
That's
yeah.
really
One of
the
them
fuck-
just embarrassed himself.
Yeah.
There's 3 lifelong friends left.
Yeah, one of them embarrassed himself like for like a cop many a time repeatedly. He left the show because his wife was, or because his marriage was like shambles. Then he fucking comes out that she was cheating on his wife with a fucking 19-year-old.
Yeah, it's just.
She was
never-
19
Yeah,
too?
she was 19.
Come on, it just gets
Yeah.
worse and worse.
But like, it is a little, what's it called? And that, her being 19 in and of itself is a little creepy and like weird. Like,
What is Everything Must Go?
oh, that's an album.
Okay, by Goose.
Yeah, it's coming out soon.
I see.
Shout out Goose.
And you were saying that Goose was going to be performing soon?
They are, but they're doing a tour over the summer. But like the closest, there's like 2 shows like 2 hours away. There's a couple shows. I'm going to them, but they're not like close. So I don't think you. If they come to like Boston though or something, you gotta go to Goose.
Where are you going to see Goose?
I'm going to like Connecticut, and I
It's
forget.
not that far.
Yeah, it's not that far at all.
It's 2 hours. The 2 hours. I mean, I said it's 2
Well,
hours.
yeah, that's fine.
It's like
I'd
UMass.
go to that.
And drive home after.
Ooh.
I was thinking, I'm not staying though.
But by the way, where's Harvard?
Where's Harvard?
In Boston somewhere, right?
Okay, all right. I was just making sure because I want to go to the museum there for an assignment, but I didn't actually know how far it was. I was starting to second guess if I actually did.
Mm.
But yes. So Goose.
Oh yeah, Goose. Yeah, Goose, man. Goose is what's it called? Rick, the main guy. Goose is actually fucking going crazy these days.
What do you mean?
He's becoming a lot bigger. What's it called? He was played. They did like
They
the
blow
dead.
up a bit.
Yeah, they did like the Dead Ahead thing again, which is like, it's not Goose. It's Dead and Company or.
Yeah, when we checked, they had like 100,000 listens, and now they have like a million.
Yeah, they getting big because
Yeah, they're growing.
Bob Weir, he does like a thing. Him and like Mickey Hart, they do a thing in Mexico. Like normally they do it like every year. It's like called the Dead Ahead thing, and they, like play like what's it called? You can like stand in the water on like the beach and they play.
That's pretty dope.
And like they have like a what's it called? A couple like other people too. Like there's the O'Teal. He's like the bass player for Dead and Company. He's there, and like one of the nights he like has his own band out there.
Mm.
So like he had that, and like and John Mayer, he doesn't go. So like they have like people stand in and for like the lead guitar player or whatever. So they had like this other guy who's like a big like Dead. He plays a lot of Dead music and stuff like that. He's pretty big. Sturgill Simpson is his name, and then he also has his own music, but. And then Rick fucking is the other guy. He's the one who's like played in for as the lead guitar player. And then recently, you know Phil Lesh?
No.
He was the bass player for like the actual Grateful Dead, and he passed away last year. And they just
Rest
did a
in
thing.
peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, Phil. But they just did a thing in New York at the Capitol Theater for like his like a celebration. It was like Graham Lesh and friends. His son is Graham. He's alright, but. There's a couple for some of the friends that were there was Rick, and he fucked. So Rick's really starting to become a big fucking name there.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
Rick.
I didn't realize how, I don't want to say recycled, but how the artists after being a part of their bands, they still continue to play though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got their own individual merits now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That makes
what's
sense.
his face?
I
Bob
mean,
Weir's band is
it's like
called
the
like the
music in you
Wolfpack
just
or something like
dies.
that.
It's called the Wolfpack?
Something like that. Bob Weir, Wolf Bros, something like that.
Wolf Bros.
So I forget. Let me look actually.
Wolf Bros. Sounds like a rival podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Some competition.
It's called.
Shouting them out.
Yeah, the Wolf Bros.
The Wolf Bros.
The
That
Wolf Bros.
that sounds almost ridiculous, but I'm sure they have decent music at least.
Yeah, it's a lot of what's called. It's honestly just fucking what's called just dead stuff, and then some like the dead stuff is technically like his like Bobby's, Bob Weir's music, and same
Okay.
with Jerry. Like, so they play Jerry's song, they play dead shit, they play like other old shit.
We should play till we get some shit.
Yeah.
should really
It's
get
like
one.
what was it? The Eagles and Joe Welsh with "Life's Been Good." Do you know what I'm talking about?
Maybe.
Do you know that song?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or it's like Joe Welsh's song, but
Well,
Eagles.
he had originally written it with. I don't even know if it is the Eagles now, but I think that's who the other cover is by. And then he went solo, and he did a cover of it himself, and I prefer it honestly. But obviously, if he wrote it, it would be more personable to him.
yeah.
Life's been good.
So far. I guess that leads us to this stuff. Let's see what happens in the future. U.S. Canada. Donald Trump's come in. He has decided to do a lot in the short time he's been in office. A whole lot of executive orders. A whole lot of changes to things like LGBTQ rights and the rights of migrants and trade. Now, because of these trade changes, a lot of countries getting upset with the U.S., namely Canada. Canada has proclaimed that if the U.S. Continues to be hostile towards them, and by hostile they mean if Donald Trump continues to say he wishes to annex Canada and Greenland, then Canada will, quote unquote, engage in warfare with the United States. They're willing, and they're preparing for it, actually. So, what are your thoughts on this?
I think it's kind of like dumb. Wait, when you say annex, does that mean he wants to take them into the United States, right?
To annex, yes, would mean Canada would become, I guess, like the 51st
I think that's
state.
just stupid. I'm not gonna lie. I don't. Yeah, I think why wouldn't they fight us if we're gonna try and do that to them? If they said, hey, we're gonna try and say that you're gonna be part of Canada now, we'd fight them.
Yeah.
We're not gonna let them be fucking. What's it called?
It's
It'd be cool to have Canada though.
It's
It would be cool if we all
really-
became one, but there's no. This is actually a good. What's it called? In severance. If the U.S. and Canada came together, I'm sorry, but there's no way in hell it would peacefully become just the United States. It would have to be something new.
Yeah, they got their own identity.
They don't want to be in the United States. Like, okay, maybe we join forces, but we're not going to be the United. Maybe, yeah, the United States of. I mean, we already have the good name. That's the thing. United States of America.
Yeah.
And if we, but I feel like they wouldn't. If we came together, they wouldn't just relinquish all power to the United. They
Right.
wouldn't do that. Why would they? Why would they?
They got their own pretty decent thing going.
Yeah, and the only
So they
alternative.
want to fight to protect it.
The only alternative would be, the associations and agreements that already exist, like NATO and stuff. And
Yeah,
that's
NATO gonna step in.
that's Donald Trump's concern, though. It's that the major contributor to NATO and these international organizations is the United States, and so
yeah, we do be doing a lot for NATO.
and so obviously these organizations, these groups don't work, and so the only other option would be annexation, apparently.
Yeah, we need maybe more land, more oil.
And that's another aspect of it. I don't know how much of what is being said by the media and how much that Donald Trump is doing. I don't know how much of that is sort of like a way to, I don't know, almost like shake up the world and remind them that it's no longer Joe Biden who's the president. I don't know how much of it is that versus Donald Trump is now,
Losing his mind.
I don't even want to say losing his mind, but I guess
Agreed.
he's
What's the man
taken off these sort of boundaries
Yeah.
or these masks that he was wearing before, and he is actually a bad guy.
Yeah, he's going pretty hard at it. I don't know why. What's the end goal? I don't know.
What's it called? Oh shit! It's like I'm just trying to think about like war. Like, why would he try to like if? I don't know. I feel like what should happen in a sense, for like what you know how the president fucking Zelensky came and like they were like bullying him or whatever.
Yeah, he was like, we gave you a lot of resources.
Like
You want even more?
Yeah, we give them a lot of resources and everyone else is saying like, oh, they need more and shit. And like I see people like, oh, the people like other European nations have to like provide stuff now. And, like they weren't. How come we're like the only people that are like supposed to provide support?
Freddie, fun fact for you here. In terms of international militaries, the United States pretty much is the international military.
Yeah.
Europe has, and everyone loves to talk about this, right? They've spent so much money on their health care. They've spent so much money on all of these social benefits. That's because they don't have to spend any on their military. That's what the United States is for.
Like I think that we should be like supporting like Ukraine in this like, but like we shouldn't be the only ones like doing this. Like it shouldn't just all like rely like. The burden shouldn't just fall on us. We're across the fucking world. Like you're in Europe, all you other European nations. Like you should be fucking like this affects you more than us. I think it's right next to you. Like I don't think I don't want Russia to fucking what's it called take over Europe. I don't think anyone wants that.
No.
You start letting them take over Ukraine and shit. Like.
They want to take over Europe, and we want to take over Canada now.
Yeah. Well, do we? Like does the United States really want that?
I don't want Canada. You can have it. I've changed my mind. Let Canada be.
Do you know why Donald Trump wants Canada, though?
Why wouldn't
It's
I mean, realistically,
it's for the natural resources in
Yeah.
particular.
he wants that whale?
I mean, yeah, realistically, like, if I was the leader, like, I would want to rule the fucking world. Like, I want all the land, but like, it ain't gonna happen, bro. It ain't gonna go down without a fight. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're just taking our land. No.
And I think that would violate a lot of treaties and such. It would probably cause people to attack us.
Yeah, I think people would probably side with Canada.
Definitely.
Because we're the ones like trying
Canada
to take
would
shit.
be the next Ukraine. We would be Russia.
But hey, it's a perfect time. It's a perfect time to do it. There's so much fucking shit going on the other side of the world right now. I mean, we might as well fucking take advantage of it and conquer Canada.
Unless Xi Jinping decides, oh, they're going north. Let's go into the west.
I've shared this with you guys before. There's certain metrics that are used by sort of historians and I don't know, I guess like world analysts, if you will. And one of them is a sort of world crises index.
World Crises Index. Is that like the doomsday clock?
Similar. And one way that you can sort of symbolically represent this crisis, world crisis index, is with a image of a globe and flames. Depending on how high, how much of the earth the flames covers, how severe the world crisis is. Where we're at now would be at least about a 75%. And
So does that mean like the 75% of the world is like burning?
I guess the best way to put it would be, I think we're done. That's 35, 45, yeah.
The next group's.
Alright.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's been yet another episode of Cave Convos.
Sadly cut off.
But thank you as always for joining us. We hope to hear from you soon.
And let's hope for no war.
Yeah, let's hope
Yes.
for no war. No war, please.
No war, bro.
Verily.
Stop wars.
May God bless and peace be with you all. May the Lord's will be done as in heaven, so on earth. And goodbye.
Bye.